Welcome to part 2 of this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 25 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to part 2 of the mods for Monday the 12th of May. On part 1 I did apologise for the delay. There were quite a few mods, it's taken me a long time to set it all up as it generally does, and there were quite a few, so it's in 2 parts. If you didn't watch part 1, there's a load of cool stuff in part 1, we've got a load of cool stuff in part 2, so thank you for joining me. We're going to start straight away with this. Oh, something I was going to say. On part 1, the factory, it's disappeared, it's gone from the Modhub. The Green Bites Express by Death's Pledge has been removed from the Modhub. I don't know why it's been removed, so it is in part 1. And obviously by the time I came back to carry on and do what I was doing, it has been removed. I don't know why. So let's crack on with this. This is the John Deere 34, 14.87 megabytes download, 10 slots, 6,000 litres with an 8 metre spread width by Adub Modding and ABP team. That is this muck spreader. But this is also a new mod, and I thought, well, I need something to put it with, so I might as well do this as well. So we've got this. This is the John Deere 5M series by WOLFex Modding, 43.95 megabytes download and 18 slots. I'll show you this operating first, then we'll go into the build mode, Modhub, whatnot, and have a look at that. So if we come down to muck spreaders, just there, 3,250, 20 horsepower required, that's all. Small farm work, all big farm work, and just a lot of trips backwards and forwards. It's entirely up to you. So this should just be a case of turn on manure spreader. There's no bits open on this. You can do double application rate if you want to. And there you go. I mean, you stick that on one of your small John Deeres, you know, the tricycle ones and that kind of stuff. Mint, that'll work absolutely perfectly. So there we go. That's the John Deere 34. So the John Deere 5M series. Let's just turn the engine off for the time being. Very nicely made and detailed, as you can see at the moment, in its forestry configuration. What I do like as well is the forestry frame is big enough you can actually open the rear window within the forestry frame as well. Little touches, nice little touches. So this you'll find under your vehicles, small tractors, and just there, 77,500 for the base version. We've got configuration standard, figure, that puts a figure on the bonnet, garden figure, forestry upgrade with stuff. There's stuff inside. Then we got, I think it's the same thing, frame, stuff inside, and the John Deere emblem on the hood. Bonnet. Quite was very American, wasn't it? The hood. Then we've got the engine size, 94 horsepower, 104 horsepower, 120 horsepower, and back again. We've got Continental, Trelleborg, Michelin. Is it just those? Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental. Yeah. We'll run through some of the options. Wheel weights, narrows, rear narrows, standard. Under Michelin, wheel weights, standard. Oh, just wheel weights and standard on that? Okay. Continental, standard, standard 2, wheel weights, narrow tyres, rear twins, back to standard. Beacon, left, right, both. Back fender, narrow or wide, which extends the step as well, a little bit. We've got front fender, yes or no. We've got attachers, standard. And we run through various different weights from 100 kilo to 1,000 kilo. Then front attacher, 3-point if you want that on there, back to standard. Then design colour, rim colour, and a license plate option on there too. Now I just want to double check something. I think the frame stays yellow no matter what. Rim colour, yeah. So the frame, no matter what you change, will stay in the John Deere yellow as it is. Beacons, lights. It's a nippy little unit, this, isn't it? Does sound good. I like that. That's very cool. So back outside again. L1, right stick side to side, opens that door. Right stick up and down, opens the other door with frame attached. Then R1, you just sit inside the frame there. R1 and right stick side to side, opens and closes the rear door within the cage, like that. Very nice indeed, the John Deere 5M series. Next, we have all of these. We're going to start over the back. The Siloking EA2300, 5.25 megabytes download, 3 slots, 2,300 litre by WOLFex modding. I suddenly thought, no, I've already done the WOLFex modding, but no, that was the other thing as well, by WOLFex modding. So, that's this. These are all Total Mix Ration mixers. We've also got here the Strautmann Verti-Mix 1050, 6.78 megabytes download, 6 slots, 10,500 litre by Agrar Design Austria. And then here we've got the Jeantil. This is the MVV14D, 10.56 megabytes download, 4 slots. Now it says in the description 14,000 litres. I have put a question mark. This is by Univers Simu modding, because when I filled this up, it filled up to 16,000. What in the world? This makes no sense. That says 14,000. When I filled it up, it was what? I even wrote. I swear I'm going insane. I actually wrote down 16,300 litres. What? Anyway, so these are all under mixers. If we come down to our animals section, just here under forage mixers. So we start there with the Siloking EA2300. No options. It comes just like that. Side unload there. The grab is for sort of dragging in, I guess in the real world, loose material, small bales, that kind of stuff. It doesn't actually extend as far as I thought it would. This is only 2,300 litres. This is going to be one you need to fill up with shovels, buckets. If you do it from a silo or something like that, loose material, it's going to be very difficult. You can do it with bales, but again, you've got to really keep an eye on it, which will bring me onto an issue that I came across. The Strautmann Verti-Mix 1050, which is just there, that only requires, it doesn't say horsepower, this one requires 50 horsepower. This one we got Trelleborg, BKT, Vredestein, back again. The BKT and Vredestein are just as they are, but our Trelleborg, we've got a standard, well actually I won't read them all out, but we've got that. Control levers, yes or no, comes with them standard, take them off if you want to. Galvanised, this is the ladder, all red, and then license plate option there as well. And then the Jeantil had no options. It comes just like that. See, that says 14,000 litres. Outside it says 14. I would have put money on. When I did it, it said 16. Well, I help me understand what's going on. So I'll show you what I mean with this. We got raise and lower, tilt. So it's a 3-point link mounted. Not self-propelled or anything like that. Then we got R1. Yeah, here's the weird thing with it as well. Right, so move away from the Jeantil. Right, so this one here, if I go to the front, left hand up the top, right at the very bottom it says mixing ratio, but it doesn't tell you the mixing ratio. So when you are actually trying to do a mix in here, that's going to be quite difficult, I would think. We can raise and lower that and open that out like that. That's as far as that extends. Out to there, but I guess you're supposed to load it up, put something in front, drag it back in again like that, and then when you come to unload, you would run along the side of a trough, I guess, but obviously we've got this here, so we can just do that, and then we'll do that to unload. It's 2,300 litres. So let's drop that down, drop that off. The Strautmann. What I did find with both these, and again, I don't know if it's something to do with the update, the mods, I don't know what's going on. I filled these up with Total Mix Ration from the buy silos, the multi-fruit buy stations. If you're not paying attention, it will keep going. It hit 10,500 litres, but it was showing that it was still filling up. And when I pulled away, it had actually charged me for way more than the 10,500 litres. So just be forewarned on that. We have got tip side left, tip side right. We can turn on the mixer, which turns on the blade inside. I think we've got on tip side left at the moment. Again, I put the sell point just because it's a little bit easier than tipping it all on the floor. The tip side right is just the opposite. When did I put the beacon, the indicator on? There you go, you can see your mixer turning inside if you've turned the mixer on. for your Verti-Mix ration on the Verti-Mix. Turn that off. Drop that off. Then we'll grab the Jeantil. If this says 16,300, it's not going to, is it? Just to taunt me. No, of course it's not. This has only got tip side right because it's got the bit there. Doesn't have one on the other side. And as I meant to say, I went and had a look at it and didn't mention it. We have got the monitor there. I don't think we can move that monitor. Oh yes, we can. There we go. I was just going to say, I'm not sure if we can move that monitor. See there, L1 and right stick side to side. We can swing that monitor around. So if you're in cab and you're loading or whatever you're doing, you can look over the back, or you're unloading. You can see exactly what your figures are, and we can adjust that like that. Nice. There we go. That's all three of those then. The Siloking EA2300, the Strautmann Verti-Mix 1050 and the Jeantil MVV 14D. Next we come to, what was next on this? Oh yes, the Lizard Warrior Plus. We've got all the cool vehicles, all the cool kids are lurking around in part 2. We're going to go with this first. This is the Lizard Warrior Plus, 15.07 megabytes download, 12 slots by Rowley Christie 1 VSR Modding Sur. Under our trucks, just there. So we have got the Warrior, 460 horsepower, the Warrior Plus at 550 horsepower, and the Warrior Plus Plus at 655 horsepower. Then we go back to Warrior at 460. We've got Continental, Nokian, those are our two choices. Continental just like that. Nokian, we've got Off-Road 1, Off-Road 2. I think I went Off-Road 1 if I recall correctly. Just those two, wasn't it? Yeah. Then we got, now this says mirror, no filter. The filters stay where they are. It's just mirrors. So you got with rear view mirror or without. It's not filters, it's mirrors. Then you got extras, original guide sticks on the front, modified bumper V1, modified bumper V2, modified bumper V3. That's a bit of a beastie one, that one. Back to original. I think I went for that because it had loads of extra lights in it, which I thought was quite cool. No antennas or with antennas. Original exhaust pipe or straight up. Just those. Silkscreen prints. These are a bit odd, but anyway, you've got camouflage, camouflage 1, camouflage 2, scales, carbon fibre, hexagons, doodle. Back to original. I had left it original. Original mud guards. This is on the back. So original mud guards like that, smooth. Next one has got like ridges across the top of them. You've then got version 2 where it's open in the middle. Back to original mud guards. Then we've got main colour. Does that. Secondary colour. Let's just go yellow so you can see. There you go. Does all of that. Design colour. Let's go. There we go with a metal on there. Interior setup, so we can do a colour in there. Let's go red, so you can see. So you go, we can do inside seat trim, that kind of stuff. Rim colour, again, let's go just for a silver, like that. And a license plate option on there too. Hop in. So we have got, what do we have on this one? It was just, yeah, L1 right stick up and down does both doors at the same time. Horn, lights, lights, lights. No adjustment of, it was just doors, yeah. No adjustment for the fifth wheel on the back. It stays just as it is. Up to 74 miles per hour. Warrior logo lit up there, so if I turn the engine off, that should go off. There you go. I went for the aerials, so you got the little movement of the aerials. I do like that when you get them. Sometimes they're a little bit too big on some of the models, but I like it when it's like that. It's sort of a smaller version. Again, just adds a little bit to it. Interior, nice and made, fancy old sat nav there. Look at that. And there you go. That is the Warrior Plus by Rowley Christie 1 VSR modding. Sir. Next. The IH200 Custom Series by 82 Studio, 35.26 megabytes download. This is the same as when we had those. Oh, the 82 Studio stuff is very cool. Not just because I think it looks cool, the options on these things are cool. There seem a lot less options than I remember on previous ones, which actually, don't get me wrong, I think that's a good thing, because you can get overloaded. The suspension travel or movement on these is brilliant. Now this is more of a kind of set design, and that one is one you can configure yourself, so you kind of monster truck mode. But again, the level of detail with options for like the pinstriping bit around the outside, the tyre choices, the light choices, I love the old patina, and that even looks like it's got depth. Look at that. It looks like it's dented and dinged and messed up, you know. It's very, very good. So we go to here, go along to our custom series. 31,500 for the base mod, which is pretty good. Now standard is the one that gives you all the options. If you look on the left hand column, we've got an absolute load of options to go through on that. Now if you choose the if you choose design 1, that does all of that, and that sets a load of things for you. It puts a bumper on, it puts the visor over the windscreen, it patinas it, it puts a rear bar in it, lights and that kind of stuff. So that gives you some set configurations, but in doing that you lose some of your options here. You do still have options here, but you do lose some. So I'm going to go with the standard version so you can see all the various different options. So we've got Series 200, 179 horsepower. Series 200 Plus, 279 horsepower. So up 100. And then we've got the Series 200 Supercharged at 850 horsepower. And the back end, it's up to you, which you'd rather go for. We've then got tyres. We've got Lizard Forestry, Nokian, BKT, Lizard, Michelin, Continental, back again. So under this, we've got various different, and again, I'm not reading them all out, but just so you can see some of the various different options, because there's a few different, like say, standard 2, like we've got like that, and like that. That's changing the rims. Then the classic, then design 1, design 2, wide tyres 2, and then we run through again classic, design 1, design 2, standard 2, and we run through again on wider options like that. If we go to our Lizard Forestry, again we've got a few different options on that. I think we go up to a wide in a moment. There we go, to a wide, and then we change rim options with a few different bits and bobs here and there. Then the knock-ins is just that is the only option under knock-ins. And the BKT, it's the monster truck version and just that. Down to Lizard, more of a normal pickup. Then we do have a slightly larger option on that as well. Back to standard. Michelin, again, I'm not going through all of them, but that slightly raised suspension, that's a little bit lower. There's no suspension options on these for changing it. On some of the mods you had that option as you're driving on, you can raise and lower suspension. These are just as they come. So that, back again, then we're back to those. So we've got custom bumpers, no. We've got that, design 1, design 2, design 3, which puts that on the back. Which also I do like. If you're going for like an off-road type look, you can go with that. And then back to 1 again. Let's go with 3. Decals, we've got design 1, design 2, which is the patina, and then back again. Again, not over the top. I know whenever 82 Studio stuff comes out, I kind of go, oh no, because there's going to be a lot of options. I don't want to miss something on here, which I think I might have done on the ones I've got out, but I like those options. Now, bed option, we've got no, toolbox, roll bar or back bar, and then that, design 3, the bed option. I love that, the full enclosed back to no. Now I'm sure on one of these options it gives you something that I'll show you later on. I wasn't sure, but that's pretty cool. It's a good look. Then cabin visor, yes or no. Steps, yes or no. Fender flares, you can have fender flares in a set colour, or design 1 gives you more of a plastic version. I think I went for those. Hood scoop, yes or no. It's hard to see on the see, it's flat, just a little bump there. It's hard to see with the white. Extra lights we got on the front, chrome, black. Oh, that's what I need to do. Let's go back to here, bed options. Let's go back to that and that, and that, because if we go back to our lights, extra lights, let's go back again. We've got none. We've got chrome, which puts them on here, and it puts them on that back bar. If you've got the back bar, if you've got the cab, it doesn't put them on. So that's chrome. Then you've got the same with black, and then no. We've got underglow, green, and it runs through a whole different load of colours for underglow if you want to go for an underglow on there. Engine sound, old engine, gas turbo engine. I think I went gas turbo engine with the monster truck, and I think I went old engine with the patinaed one. Trailer hitch, we've got design 1 and design 2. That's more standard. That one gives you an option to raise and lower that, which I think is a better version, better option, I think, personally. Winch, yes or no. So on the front, we've got the bar there. You can put the winch in if you want it. Then we've got chassis colour. Does that. Special editions. Now this, I couldn't... Oh, there we go. It's onto those. So you can change all your metallics and stuff. That runs across the top. If I went to one of these, it put it all white. I think it's designed just to give you an option for these ones across the top, including the copper perfection. Yeah, so you can pick and choose across the top of that. And just special editions. Fender flares. Why did that not change? Again, is that for the top? That might be because the ones I chose, or because they've gone for a special edition, maybe. Decal colour. This does actually change the colour of the decal. Let's go for something that stands out a little bit more. Let's go green. There you go. So that changes the trim around the decal. Decal colour 2, that's the inner part of it. There you go. We've got bed topper. If you've gone for the bed top, you can change the colour of that. Then rim colour on there. So, winch on the front. If you've gone for it. There you go. For our winching. Start it up. Lights. I didn't go for underglow on this. I think I might have done on the other one. We have got the option to open cover, which puts the back bed down. I just love it. I think it looks absolutely brilliant. Fully unfold the car, opens the door as well. If you want to do that. Let's close cover. Now the one that says unfold open side panel, if I press circle, it says action can only be toggled on foot. I don't know if that's for the bed on the back, but what I was going to say was, there's no option for adjusting our suspension. That L1 and right stick up and down, that's for the trailer hitch. If you've gone for the extendable trailer hitch, which is on the other one, L1 and right stick up and down will extend that rear trailer hitch. What else have I missed? I'm trying to think. I don't want to miss anything. Oh, tension belts we've shown. Honk. Yeah, what I'm going to show you was the suspension movement. You'll see it more on the monster truck. But look at that suspension movement, that bounce. That's what's missing on base game vehicles, on base game pickups and stuff. That suspension movement and travel, that bump. I love that. When you're going over rocks and stuff like that, it adds so much more to it. I still firmly believe we should have the old haptic feedback. We should have more feel to what we're doing, I think. Interior, really nicely made and detailed. This just takes the International Officer 200 just to another level, I think, personally. But let's have a look in this. So this is a turbo version. I've got the winch on this as well. I've got our lights on the top two. When I said about, you can hear that turbo. Spin that around. So when I said about L1 and right stick up and down, yeah, there's the trailer hitch adjustment there. Which on this is probably a bit ludicrous, but if you hit it on a normal one, that's fine. Same thing, we've got our tension straps, we've got our bed that opens, we've got our doors that opens, we fully unfold the car. Still does that. But what I was going to say was, look at the suspension movement. Look, the tyre deformation. As you lean, look how much the tyre deformation changes from side to side. It's absolutely brilliant. Not the monster truck version necessarily, but this is one of my new favourite pickups. That is very cool indeed. That's the IH200 Custom Series by 82 Studio. Next we have got behind here, I left the lights on, let's turn those off. This This is the John Deere 3400 pack by Blacksheep modding. 18.18 megabytes download, 9 slots for the main vehicle, and then 2 slots for each of the front load of the telehandler bits of equipment. There are 4 in this pack, but John Deere telehandler. I said this before, I think on previous versions. I love the fact the back here, it just looks like the engine cowling off of, it's off the front of a tractor, because that's where the engine is. It's just, you could imagine it driving down the road this way, Notice 3-point link on the back, very handy. There's also a trailer hitch option on this as well. If we go to the telehandler tools first, you'll see just there we've got the pallet fork. We've got just there leveler, chaff silage leveler. That is for putting on the front, and that is for moving around items and equipment in the yard, whether you're picking up headers or anything like that. 3-point link mounted equipment or a trailer hitch on there, so you can use your front lift. And then we've got our universal bucket there, 2,500 litres. Each one of these has the option for main colour. That one has guides, so you can see where it is on the floor, yes or no, and main colour. And then our forks, main colour. I just went for a bucket because I thought we needed one. Then under our telehandlers, they go 95 grand. So as far as price goes as well, not a bad price for 145 horsepower. I feel a bit gutted because I just bought a telehandler on my Let's Play. I say just. We've got Trelleborg, we've got Michelin, Continental, BKT, Vredestein, back to Trelleborg. Nothing under that, nothing under that. Under Continental, we've got 2 options. BKT, we've got 3. Vredestein, I think it was just 2 on that. Back again. Protective grid, yes or no, over the front windscreen. Windows, clear or tinted. We've got beacons, type 1 through, I think it was 8 on this? Yeah, 8. In various different options, high, low, fishbowl like that. Well, I refer to as fishbowl more like that. Globe. So a few different options on there. Warning triangle on the back, yes or no. Triangle? Triangle. I don't know what a triangle is. Triangle. Attaches, so this is the back. So you've got your normal hitch. You've got trailer, which gives you a whole load. Ball, pin, all sorts of stuff. There is also a PTO in there. You can see that there's a gap for the PTO. Then we go next one, which is 3-point. Again, makes it a very versatile bit of kit. Still has a ball hitch on there. It looks like there's a PTO on there as well. Main colour, design colour, rim colour, and license plate option on there too, which I had a bit of a fiddle around with. As you can see, in fact, mine is a sort of dark grey. So, hop in, start it up. Beacon, depending on which one you've gone for. Lights. Our bucket. Getting an option for, there you go, open close for the grab if you've gone for the grab on the bucket. We do have on this toggle steer mode, front wheel steer, crab steer left, crab steer right, all wheel steer, back to front wheel again. I don't think we have to be, oh yes we did, door open like that. Not a bad reach on that either. Interior. Very nice indeed. Oh, hang on. Breaking off. There we go. That is the John Deere 3400 pack by Blacksheep modding, which brings me on to the last of the mods for today. Well, not today, I'm saying today, I'm recording it today. Yesterday, Monday the 12th, but this is part 2 as well. And we've got the Case IH Traction King series by Farm Centro Sul, 25.64 megabytes download, 11 slots. I have put in capital letters broken. You will see why in just a moment. The tractor itself, when you've got it out and driving, no problem at all, but potentially with some of the options. And so we shall have a look. If we come into here and we go to our medium tractors, just there, 70 grand for the base model. This is another one. Pretty good horsepower for not much money. Doesn't have a front 3-point link, but if you're going to be putting some bigger bits and bobs around, it's worth considering. So if we come into here, we've got the 4490 at 210 horsepower. And watch the change in the model. 2470, 212 horsepower. We've got the 2670 at 243 horsepower. Not a lot changes between that model and that model. And then we go from that up to the 2870, which does that. Which is pretty cool. Now, I'm going to leave it on that. We've got Lizard, Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Mitas, Vredestein, Olesfors, which is an interesting one, but no option to change the track colour. It says chassis colour, but not. It says rim, but that's the rim, not the track. So it's quite a striking red. Back to Lizard. So if we start on Lizard, we've got the dry tyres, double dry, dry 2, double dry 2, broad rice. Notice there? We're in broad rice, auxiliary rice tyre, nothing changed. Duckfoot wheel, nothing changed. Double rice tyre, narrow rice. Double rice tyre 2, auxiliary again, nothing. Duckfoot, nothing really changed. Caged wheel, this is where we've got our problem. Wedge wheel, double wheel, then we're back to dry tyre again. So like I say, potentially an update. I think it was fine on these versions. I think it might have just been the Lizard. The doubles, wides. I went backwards on that one. Because this was the same thing. You've got this. Where is it? Do we ever get to standard again? Let's come off there. Go like that. Let's go like that. Right. So standard on the Trelleborg. Wide. Twin. Wide. Double wide. Wide. But they're different tyres. It doesn't say wide 2, wide 3, double wide, wide. But they've changed again. Double wide, wide, double wide, wide. They are all different sizes, but it's not actually telling you what they are. Then onto the narrows. Then Michelin, and like I say, you can go through the various different options. There are a few to choose from. I think it just appears to be the Olesfors. Like I say, I like the chains. If you could change the chain colour to a more metallic-y silver, I quite like the look of that. But the fact that it stays red, I'm not as big a fan. We've got wheel weight options. 400, 800, 1,200 kilo, back to no. Beacon light, left side, right side, all sides, both. Front weight, underneath, gives you 1,000 kilo underneath, yes or no. Main colour, does that. Windows, now this is interesting again, this is one of those ones, they've used the whole palette. You've got window tint there, light black, black dark, and then white. So we do that, and then that. That's fine. If we go to the other ones, let's go purple, for example, it takes it back to normal. A minor malfunction. Yeah, if we go to any of these other colours and click on it, it just puts it back as clear. So I think it's utilising the whole palette just for these ones here to change the tint on the window. Chassis colour we can do underneath there. Let's go pink so you can see it. There you go. Does all that. And the hubs. And then rim colour we can change like that. But you can't change the Olesfors if you've gone for the Olesfors like that. So, let's come out. But again, for the price, lights, beacons, indicators on the top of the cab. That's cool. Rear lights on there as well. Oh, this does also, before I forget, toggle steer. We've got front wheel steer, rear wheel steer. That always feels really weird, rear wheel steer. It's not the tightest. We've then got crab steer left, crab steer right. Back to all wheel. I like it. It's a nice bit of kit. I think I used one of these on Griffin, Indiana, didn't I? I'm trying to think. We don't have any doors or windows that open. Interior. Look at all the gear change and levers, pedals moving. Very cool. Wow, that's a lot of leverage. And there you have it. That is the Case IH Traction King series by Farm Centro Sul, and that is indeed the end of mods. The end of mods. It's not the end of mods. It's the end of the mod review. That's the end of the mod review for May the 12th and part 2 as well. I hope you found all of this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then of course please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do, thanks for watching.